Hello everybody, myself Isha Gupta. Welcome back to my channel. In the previous video we learned about the multiplication process in binary, octal and hexadecimal number system. In this video we will learn about the division process for these bases. So let's get started. We first begin with the binary division process. As you see, we have an example for binary division. Suppose we need to divide the number 1001 with 11 in binary. So when we perform this division, we have to do it in the same way like we used to do for the decimal division system. So we'll write the number which is to be divided over here and the dividend over here, that is 1. Then we will start from this side. We know that we need to take the first 3 digits into consideration at the first stage, because if we take less than this, we are not going to get a possible quotient for this division. So when we take the first 3 digits, we'll have 1 into 1 is going to give me 1. Because in binary, there are only 2 possible numbers, 0 or 1. So you can only write over here either 0 or 1. Then we perform the subtraction. Now in binary subtraction, you have to remember that whenever we subtract a larger number from a smaller, we need to take a borrow from the next stage. So when we are trying to subtract 1 from 0, we take a borrow from the next stage. So over here, this is 0, so this is not going to give us any number. Hence, we need to move to the next. Now 1 is reduced with a number 1 because this is going to provide you a borrow. So this will become 0. Then the borrow in case of any number system is actually the base of the number system. So binary has the base of 2. So we borrow actually 2 from here. So this 2 is again reduced by 1 because we needed the borrow at this stage. And finally we get a 2 over here. 2 minus 1 is 1. Then 1 minus 1 is 0 and this is already 0. Now you carry the next digit again. So you are getting 1. And yes, this is simple. 1 into 1 would give me 1. And when I subtract this, the remainder would be 0. So the result of this division is the quotient is equal to 1 and the remainder is 0. In the similar way, we can perform the binary division like in the next case. So if we have 10010 divided with 11. So let us see how we will do this question. So we have to divide 10010 with 11. Now again we will take the first 3 digits into consideration because we know that less than that would not solve our purpose, and the first digit for the quotient would be 1. So we'll get a 1 over here, and then we'll perform binary subtraction. In the subtraction process, we need the borrows. So we need to go from to this place and we get a borrow 2. Next we will cancel this, make it 1, and finally we get a borrow over here. Then you will perform the subtraction. 2 minus 1 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0 and this is already 0. Next I have a 1 from here. Again I'll say 1 into 1 is 1. So I will perform the binary subtraction. I'll get all zeros and then this 0 is taken forward. I need to multiply it with 0 in order to get all zeros, and finally the remainder is also 0. So your answer is the quotient is equal to 110 and the remainder is 0. So let's go back. So this is the answer. The quotient is 110 and remainder is 0. In this way we can perform the division for other number system like octal. In case of octal, you know the valid digits are from 0 to 7 because the base for this octal number is 8. When we perform the division like 64 divided by 3 in octal number system, then first of all, before performing the division, we need to have the table of 3 as per the octal number system. So over here I have the table for 3. So I start with first writing down the decimal number system table and then I convert the invalid digits from decimal to octal. So I start from here. 3 into 1 is 3. This is a valid octal number. 3 into 2 is 6. Again valid. 3 into 3 is 9. This is not a valid octal number because octal numbers exist only from 0 to 7. So I'll convert it from decimal to octal by dividing it with the base, that is 8, and I know the result would be 1, 1. Then I'll say 3 into 4 is 12. Again I convert it to octal, I get 1, 4. 3 into 5 is 15. Converted to octal, you will get 1, 7. 3 6 is actually 18. Converted to octal, you will get 2, 2. And similarly, we convert and we complete the entire table for 3. Next, we'll come to this multiplication, this division now. So we start from here. We have 6 as the first digit and we need to divide by 3. So we know as per the table that we have just obtained according to the octal number system, 3 into 2 is 6. So we'll write 2 over here and 6 is written like this. Then we'll perform the subtraction. 6 minus 6 is 0. We will carry forward the 4. Next we have 3 into 1 is 3. So 1, 3, and then you will perform the subtraction. You will get 1. So this is simple. We get the quotient equal to 2, 1. And remainder is 1. In this way, if we have another question for octal, like say we need to divide 423 with 6 as per the octal number system, then this can be performed in this way. So we have to divide 423 with the number 6. So first of all, we'll write the table for 6 as per the octal number system. 6 into 1 is 6. This is a valid octal number. Then we have 6 into 2 is 12. This is not a valid octal number. When you convert it to octal, you will get the result as 1, 4. Then we have 6 into 3 is equal to 18. When you convert it to octal number system, we will get the result as 2, 2. Then 6 into 4 is 24. When we convert it to octal, we would get the result as 3, 0. Then 6 into 5 is equal to 30. When we convert it to octal, we are going to get the result as 3, 6. Then 6 into 6 is 36. When we convert it to octal, we are going to get the result as 4, 4. And then 6 into 7 is 42. Again, when you convert it to octal, you will get 5, 2 as the answer. So in this way, we can complete this table further also. Now let us start with this question. If we divide it in this way, we can see that first we need to search for the number 4, 2. So when we see this table over here, we have the nearest number to 4, 2 is 36. So we'll first divide it by, so we'll first perform 6 into 5, which is 36 for us as per the octal number system. So we'll write 5 over here and 36 over here. Now we will perform octal subtraction. So you are subtracting a larger number from a smaller. So you will take a borrow, and the borrow will be actually the base, that is 8. So 8 plus 2 is 10, minus 6 is 4. So we have 4 over here, and 3 minus 3 is 0. Then we will carry this 3. Now we have 43. The nearest number is again this only. So we will write 5 again, and we have 36. Again we will perform the octal subtraction, and again you have a larger digit being subtracted from a smaller. So we need a borrow, and we borrow the base, that is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11, minus 6 is 5. So we have the quotient as 55 and the remainder as 5. So in this way we can perform the octal division. Let us now move to the hexadecimal division. So basically the rule is the same, that you need to have the multiplication table written for yourself as per the hexadecimal number system now. And in hexadecimal there are 16 possible digits from 0 to 15. So we start with this example, FF8 divided with 7. So first of all, to perform this division, we need to maintain the table for 7 as per the hexadecimal number system. So we'll start from here. 7 into 1 is 7, which is a valid hexadecimal number. 7 twos is 14, which is represented as E in hexadecimal. 7 threes is 21, which is written as 15 when you divide it with 16 in order to get the decimal to hexadecimal conversion. Then 7 into 4 is 28 converted to 1C in hexadecimal. 7 fives is 35 converted to 23 in hexadecimal, and so on. We have the other numbers also. With this table ready with us, we can perform the division. So we start over here. We have the first digit as F, and if we look at the table of 7, we have the nearest number, that is E, which we obtain when we do 7 into 2. So we are writing 2 over here and E over here. We perform the hexadecimal subtraction. We'll get 15 minus 14, that is 1. Next we carry this F down and we get 1F over here. Again, if you look at the table, the nearest number is 1C, which you get when you multiply 7 with 4. So we'll write 4 over here and then 1C. We'll get 15 minus 12, which is 3, and then we carry down the 8. Now we'll see 38 is completely divided with this because we have 7 into 8 is equal to 38 as per hexadecimal number system. So we'll write 8 here and we have completed the division with the remainder equal to 0. So in this case, our result is the quotient is 248 and the remainder is 0. And this is the hexadecimal result. In this way, the multiplication and the division can be performed in any number system. The process that you are repeatedly doing is that you are converting from decimal to that number system as per your requirement. If you like this video, then please like, share and subscribe, and the link to these notes can be found in the description box.